Hey guys, welcome back. I feel like I haven't chatted with you in a little bit. I've had a cold, my son has been sick, and I've been volunteering at my children's school, so I haven't had the time that I normally have in a week. So excuse my voice if I sound a little bit congested. I don't know if it's allergies or if it's cold or if it's just a combination of both. But I have a really fun video today. So if you're new and just stopping by and you enjoyed today's video, please subscribe. I would love to have you here. And then all of my social media stuff is linked below in the description box, so you can follow me all the other places I am when I'm not making videos. So today we're going to talk about an old Sephora wish list. I'm not sure what I'm going to title this video, but basically I want to go back to an old wish list of mine and see what I bought, what I didn't buy, tell you why I didn't buy it, what I maybe bought in its place, and just basically it's going to be a huge video on reviews of everything. And a lot of these things I've had for a few years because this wish list was from 2015, March of 2015, so we're looking at a good 2.5 years ago. So I just thought this would be a very good informational video, and I love to just sit down and chit chat, and that's what I really wanted to do today, so we're gonna roll right into this. It's also kind of a fun journey to see how your makeup tastes have changed or evolved over time, and I'm sure we all have. We've all been there where the makeup that you're like, girlfriend, are you okay? Like, what were you thinking? Alright, the first thing on the list is the Laura Mercier Silk Cream Foundation. I did end up buying that. I bought it in a dark shade. That was my self-tanning shade, and I used it. It was almost gone, and I ended up tossing it because I haven't used it in a while because I haven't been self-tanning, and so it wasn't quite the right shade. I did like that foundation. I would recommend it if you're oily, don't get that foundation. I do not think you would enjoy it. I even found that I got a little bit too dewy with that foundation, but it was full coverage, a very creamy, milky skin finish, not dry. I think it lasted a good 8 hours or so. I never ended up doing a review, like a separate foundation review video on that foundation, but I would recommend that if you are normal to combo. Next on the list are the Clinique Cheek Pops, and I actually didn't buy these. These had just come out when I had made that wish list. I think I made this prior to the spring VIB sale, so I did end up getting 2 colors. My friend sent these to me, and these are the colors Plum Pop and Peach Pop. Now they had an original release, and then they had a second, or excuse me if I have to like fix my nose because my boogers are going to start rolling out, so I'm just going to like do that a little bit. Sorry. Anyways, I am not professional, so there's that too. These came out in the original release. I like them. I'm not like, you need these. Are they cutesy? Yes. Are they life-changing? No. I think they'd make good gifts for like a teenager or something because they're more sheer. You like have to build them up a little bit, which I like that in a blush. Don't get me wrong, but I don't find that they last all day on me. Next we have YSL, their eyeshadow couture palettes number 2 and 3. Never bought those. I think those just, like, someone told me that I needed to buy them, and I went and swatched it in person, and I just didn't feel like for the money they were worth it. You didn't get a lot of eyeshadow, and they just seemed really powdery and just not like, ooh, I need to take these home kind of thing, so I passed on those. Urban Decay Sheer Revolution in the shade Lady Flower. I did end up buying this. I think Ulta had these at like a 50% off on a beauty steal or something. It's a really pretty, I don't even know if they make this anymore. I really don't know. I know they had discontinued these and then re-released a huge line of over 100 shades of lipstick like earlier this year, last year. I do like this color. I like a sheer lipstick in the summer for just like a wash of color, and this is like a pretty mauve-y color. Makeup Forever lip liners. I had the shades 5C and 7C. Both of those were recommendations from Candy Johnson. However, I ended up not buying those colors. I think it's because I kind of dug deep into my already existing lip liner collection and figured, Chelsea, you pretty much have those colors, so you don't need those. I always justify my purchases, like or not buying them, I should say too. Like I'll put things on my wish list and then I'll look into my collection and see, what do you really have that's similar? Do you like that new formula? Do you want to try that new formula? Or do you already have something that's better than what you're wishing for? You know what I mean? So that's kind of my thought process on things. But I do own 3 lip liners from them, and I do really enjoy these 2. This one I don't wear as much because it's a darker color, but shade 10C, I actually bought this years ago to go with Max Rebel. So it's good. These really do stay on. They are very long wearing, hence the aqua lip. I think they're supposed to be waterproof. So I have the shade 2C and 3C. 2C is like a peachy nude, which is really pretty. And 3C, this was a Point Perk, which was great just because it just so happens to be like my favorite one of them all because it's more mauve-y neutral, and that's kind of more my jam when it comes to a nude lip liner. The next thing I was wishing for, it's very interesting to me to see what I was wishing for, what I thought I wanted, and what I ended up buying off of that wish list. The whole thing is very interesting to me because I really honestly think out of all the things I was wishing for, the things that I'm showing you that I ended up buying or alternatives are even better and the fact that I feel like I bought the good stuff off the wish list. You know what I'm saying? So the next thing is the NARS Contour Blush. This had just come out, I believe. I just actually recommended this in my Sephora VIB recommendations, friends and family, you know, the wholesale thing. I do enjoy this as a blush, and you can contour with it. Now, it does come in a couple different shades, so depending on your skin undertone or just your skin color, I would, you know, buy one that's going to work for you. I bought this one because I liked the slight rosy undertone in the blush. It's a very good neutral blush. Like if you don't want to, maybe you don't like blush, try something like this because you can contour with it and it makes a really pretty blush shade. Oh, the light color in here, it's a matte powder. This is supposed to be like a matte highlight. That just seems like an oxymoron to me. I have done it that way before just to kind of test it out, but I'm like, nah. But it does work really well for setting your eyeshadow primer because it's a really nice shade. The next thing on the list was a limited edition rose highlighter by YSL. I never ended up buying that. It's just one of those things where it like, highlighters suck me in, okay? Between the packaging and when they're limited edition and the packaging is beautiful and the product is like a shade that I would love, I'm really seriously tempted. Like, I'm still kicking myself for this one Chanel highlighter that came out one Christmas and I didn't buy it because it was stupid expensive, which is probably smart of me, but I still think about it all the time. I think it was like the Plies one or something. I think about it, I'm like, man, I really should have bought that. I know it was expensive, but I would have ate ramens for a week to have that, you know? Okay, next I have the Dior Addict lipstick, and I think the shade is Jet Set. I never ended up buying that. However, I really love the Dior Addict lipstick line. I've mentioned these in several different types of videos, but if you're looking for something that's super balmy, super shiny, not as opaque, however, they did reformulate, well, they did reformulate these, but they did come out with a more opaque line if you're looking for something a little bit more color, but these are just easy to put on. They're not a long-lasting situation, but if you're looking for something that's shiny, glossy, comfortable, simple, you know, maybe you work at a school or maybe you work in like an office where your makeup needs to be more subdued, check these out. The shades 316 and 881 Fashion Night. This one's Incognito. I got this summer. This is a stunning nude shade. I bought this summer. It's like a beigey nude. It's really good. It's really good. I enjoy this. So these two colors you can get now. I have other ones they've discontinued that I freaking love, but I guess that's just the name of the game. This Fashion Night is a really good berry shade for fall, winter, and they're just so glossy, and that's why I love them. They're just comfortable. Now, the more opaque versions are called the Lacquer Sticks. Yeah, right? Yes, the Lacquer Stick. These came out this spring. These are a more opaque version of this. And I have the shade Turn Me Dior, which is a stunning, stunning raspberry red. You know what? I might just put a little bit of this on. It's basically going to be your lipstick plus gloss in one. And it really just hugs the lips nicely and makes them just look juicy and like, Now, I'm all about that lipstick that makes me feel like, You know what I'm saying, right? Makeup makes us do weird things, makes us make sounds that sometimes might be questionable. Next, I have the Laura Mercier lipstick in the shade Palm Beach. I have no idea what that was, or if it's even made anymore, but I never bought it. The Shiseido Lacquer Gloss in the shade Baby Doll. I never bought that. I'm assuming it was some sort of long-wearing glossy situation, which is, there's a theme there. I love long-wearing, but I like it to be glossy and just, you know. It's like this makeup language we speak. Next we have the YSL Gloss Voluptes in the shade 204 and 203. These are still things that you can buy. Yes, I bought the shade, I don't know actually, this says 20. But I want to say this was on my wish list. This is a beautiful, overpriced gloss, truth be told. It's very sexy. The packaging is gorgeous. It's not a life-changing gloss, but it's not sticky at all. I really like this nude color because it layers well over several different shades of nude. It doesn't turn your nude into like a darker color, or if you already have a nude lip going on, this is a good color to retouch it with, to revive it with, because it's not going to add more or take away from your existing combination you're loving. I like this with the YSL Rouge Volupte lipstick in the shade 10. It's like a nude color. This is the topper I bought to go over it, and I love it. And my sweet friend Amy bought this for me for my birthday, I believe it was one year. Actually, I think it was this year. Of the wish list, number 202. It's like a beautiful rosy pink color. These are just easy. I mean, are they a must-have? No, absolutely not. But if you're looking, you want to try one, the packaging is gorgeous. I think they make good gifts because it's a luxurious product. So, okay, so the next thing I have on here is the Bumble and Bumble Preta powder, which I did buy. Here's the thing. This is a dry shampoo, but it's in this version where you have to like shake it out. So I'm trying to figure out how to use it as a dry shampoo. What I use it for is, which I didn't even do today, is when I back comb and give myself volume at my roots. I think some of you said it's roots. I say roots? I don't know how to say that word. Anyways, you just take a little bit of this and stick it there, and literally your hair will stand straight up. This gives you volume where you need it, and it will stay there. It will stay there for days and days. So I know I've had a few of you, how do you get your hair to stay like that? This stuff. There are cheaper options than this. I've used cheaper ones and they work just fine. I do like the Bumble and Bumble line, but I don't know. It's a dry shampoo, but dry shampoo, volume in a pinch, yes, but I don't know how to use it as a dry shampoo because honestly, the parts where I need a dry shampoo is my bangs. How am I supposed to get this powder in these bangs? I tried it yesterday and it just seemed like, I don't know, like I didn't know what I was doing, which is a feeling I experience often. The Bumble and Bubble Dry Spun Finish Hairspray. I bought that and returned it. I did not like that stuff. It literally did nothing. It was basically a can of air. I watched several videos and people recommended they love it, and I couldn't figure out why you loved it. I just couldn't. Like, I sprayed it. It didn't add any volume, really, and if it did, it just fell. It didn't add hold. I really didn't do anything. And I think it was like it was expensive. I'm gonna say it was like $30 for this little can. That stuff went back. I did not understand that. Makeup Forever lipsticks in number 33 and 43. I believe these were part of their old lipstick line. I didn't buy them. I don't know what they look like, but I didn't buy them. The Estee Lauder Pure Color Envy Shine lipsticks. Those had just come out. And yes, this is a color I would recommend from this line. It's the color Mischievous Rose. It's a really pretty soft... I didn't swatch any of this stuff. Are you going to be mad at me? I didn't swatch this stuff I'm pretty sure you can't get. It's just a really pretty soft pink rose color. Very complimentary. See, you can... blah, blah, blah. You can see. It has a nice shine to it. It's comfortable. It's in the category of easy lipstick like these, which is my jam. The Kat Von D Heartagram Blush. I'm still kicking myself that I never bought that blush. Her original blushes, they discontinued. Then remember when they came out with another line of blushes and they were just basically a no-go. Not very many people enjoyed them and they just discontinued those as well. And since then, she hasn't put out any new blushes, so I'm assuming it's in the works. But that blush was a blush that a Sephora employee put on me in, I want to say, 2009, and it was like my first experience getting makeup done at Sephora, and she chose it, and I loved it, but I didn't buy it because, Mama was on a budget, and, I bought a few other things from her, but I didn't buy that blush, and I still, to this day, wish I would have, because it was a beautiful rose shade, which is another blush shade that I just absolutely love. The next thing on the list is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. I have had that in the past. Since then, I've tried other fuller coverage foundations that I like better because they don't look as makeup-y. Estee Lauder Double Wear also can be very drying if you have dry skin. You can mix it with something else, so that you get the effect, the coverage from it. But like I said, I found other fuller coverage foundations I like. And I actually don't wear that thick of makeup anymore. I used to because I was very insecure. I'd have a lot of breakouts, and I still do. But now I've matured. I've grown. Like, we're talking, 6 years ago. Man, a lot can happen in 6 years. And I'm more comfortable in my own skin now. And I've also learned to take care of my skin, like what I should be doing kind of thing. And, breakouts and all that crap still happens. I actually have some huge ones right here. But I'm not insecure about that anymore because I don't care what other people think. And the reality is nobody's looking and nobody else cares because everybody is focused on themselves, right? At least naturally, that's how we are as human beings. NARS Outlaw is the next thing on this list, and I did end up buying that blush. Where is it? It's right here. Nope, it's not. What did I do with it? Oh, here it is. I really do like this color. This is a very unique shade. It's like a It looks like it has a little bit of a sheen. It's very pretty on the skin because it's like a rosy color but a little bit more brighter. Like, it really is a brightening color. I think this would work well on many different skin tones. Actually, I really do. I really think this would work well on several different skin tones. Excuse me. Now, if you're very fair, I think a very light hand and just really blend it out. But, you know, Snow White, like, she had rosy cheeks and it just gave her face life. So don't be afraid of stuff like this because it's really all in the application. But this is gorgeous. I enjoy NARS blushes. They're not my absolute favorite. But I like the variety of shades that they have. I think they have some really unique shades. Next on the list is Ralph Lauren Midnight Romance Perfume. I never actually ended up buying that. My mom did. But I bought this one that had come out, the Tender Romance Perfume. And this one, oh, this one's good. I'm going to put the notes on the screen because I cannot remember, but I know it's very fruity, very florally. This is not, I would say, like a winter perfume or, well, you know, maybe like a winter flower. You know, like if in the dead of winter you're feeling just like frigid and you're over it, you know, wearing something light and fruity. I mean, you can wear perfume whenever you want, okay? But I'm just saying it feels, the feeling I get is a little bit more spring, summer. But absolutely do what you want. I mean, I'm always telling you that. So do what you want. It is a nice perfume. Burberry London, yes, this is my, I had run out, and actually this particular bottle, my husband, this is the, like, there's a story behind this, but basically he surprised me and bought me this. It's my all-time favorite perfume. In fact, I'm going to wear this today, because this is like my signature scent. Now, last time I went to Sephora to see if they had this, I didn't see it on the website anymore. So you might have to shop elsewhere for this, but I love this. All-time favorite perfume right there. Probably because I've worn it for years and it just, you know, so many memories. Becca Skin Perfector Poured. That had just come out when I had added that to this wish list. I tried it and I didn't like it. I'm not a huge fan of cream highlighters because I already got all this powder stuff going on. When do I do the cream? I feel like if I'm going to do cream, we're doing all cream. If we're going to do powder, we're doing all powder. I have a very hard time mixing it and not having it look powdery, or not powdery, but like separate, you know. I'm just not a love, and I don't like to mess with things that are so high maintenance that I feel stressed and anxious and my makeup doesn't turn out well. Like, I like to stay in my comfort zone when we're talking about getting ready here. I don't want to like mess everything up after by applying my highlighter and just, it's all going to poop. Like why spend all the time when it, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't love it. It's not for me. Lancome Natural Mauve Lip Liner. Yes, this is a great lip liner. Lancome formulation is wonderful. It stays on. This is a good mauve color. It actually pairs really well with that Estee Lauder lipstick that the Mischievous Rose. This is just a good lip color liner. This is not a liner where you're going to see it. I mean, it's a very good color. For me, I can really cheat a lip line with this. I can fix a mistake with this. If you're going for a more natural color, this is a good one. It really is. I'd say this is in my top 10 lip liners. Maybe it's number 6. I don't know. I'll have to make that video. Actually, I did make a video about my lip liners. I'll put it below and in a card. Lancome Rose Amnesia I wrote down. Yes, this is my favorite Lancome lipstick right now. Not right now, like ever. It's number 244, Rose Amnesia, and it pairs really well with the Natural Mauve lip liner as well. It's just a sexy, easy, rosy lip color. Like, if you want a color where it doesn't look like you're wearing lipstick and you just want that full, pouty, natural lip look, but like more defined, this is a good one. It's really pretty. Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector Liquid. You know, like for a few years there was always a 100-point perk on that, and I had several of them, and I enjoyed it, but like I said, the liquid thing I've kind of veered away from right now. I didn't hate the liquid, because you can mix it in with your foundation, you can put it all over your face. I didn't hate the liquid, but I never bought it because I feel like a liquid, it's just so much product, I'm never going to use all of it. Next on the list was the Tarte Tartelette. Gee whiz, I bought a lot of things on this wish list, didn't I? It's interesting that you were wishing for these things, and eventually, if they were truly something you wanted, I fulfilled this wish list, and this was just like one video. Tarte Tartelette. Yeah, I do like this palette. I haven't used it in a hot minute. It's all matte. and it's basically like purples and cooler tone browns, which are all colors I enjoy wearing with my skin color and my blue eyes. This works well for me. I never had an issue blending these. I enjoyed this palette, so yeah, I like that. Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue. It was like a tinted moisturizer thing. I got a few samples of that and I hated it. It literally did nothing. And at the time, I was really suffering with a lot of breakouts, and that just was like, why even put it on kind of thing. It just didn't cover at all, and I didn't buy that. I didn't like it at all. Soap and Glory Buttercream. I'm assuming this was the lotion. Yes, love that stuff. I actually just recently used one up. Shiseido Eye Cream. That's a good eye cream. I've had that. It's a thicker eye cream. It's good for nighttime. I really do enjoy that eye cream. It's very, very hydrating. If you suffer from very dry, dehydrated under eyes, try the Shiseido because it's very good. I would not use it in the daytime if you're going to wear makeup because it's kind of greasy. But that's what you want at nighttime because you have all night long when you're laying on your pillow for it to sink into your skin. Marc Jacobs Insta Contour. I think this was when the contouring craze started, and I had that on here. I hardly ever contour, basically because I naturally have a more, you know, like defined cheekbone area. So for me, I don't need to do it, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, we all have different face things. Some people just naturally have gorgeous long eyelashes and naturally have like eyebrows, you know, they don't have to mess and draw them on. You know what I mean? So I was born with naturally this, so I don't need a lot of contour products. I have things that I enjoy, so I just did not see a need to like stock up on contouring powders. The Makeup Forever Artist Shadows. So I would like to try more. Quite honestly, it's overwhelming because they have so many shades. And they're kind of spendy, really. So I did make a palette. I have these 3 matte shades. So like a warm orangey peach, and then like these are all good fall colors. I like these. I like the mattes. I'm not crazy about these more shimmery ones. This actually is the same color as the one I have. A friend gave this to me. So I don't know what these 2 shades are. One is like it's like an olive color with a little bit of like a sheen. You know, there's several different finishes. One, you know, there's like sparkly ones and matte, and then there's like satin and stuff. And I'm not wowed over these. There's other shimmery shades I prefer, like different formulas. So I do like the mattes, and I think they do have some unique shades. If you know, if you're looking to kind of fill the gap in your collection of colors that you don't already have, then I would recommend these. But I don't think I like them. I haven't tried enough colors to say, yeah, I need more. I've kind of slowed down my makeup spending, and I've kind of, like, over the first, so we're going to go on a little tangent right now. So over the past year, I've kind of realized that, Chelsea, you have enough makeup. And it's been a struggle for me because I want to buy new products to review for you and like make my channel grow, and that's how it happens and all that kind of thing. But it costs money to do that, and makeup is expensive, and at the same time I have all this other stuff that I don't want it to go bad, you know. So I'm kind of at this rock and a hard place right now because I don't have a job outside of YouTube, and I mean, I make a little bit of money off of YouTube, but nothing like mind-blowing, not like what I would make if I were to actually go out and get a job. And so I'm just kind of trying to enjoy my collection right now and make videos within the scope of what I'm able to do. And I also feel like that is something that you can understand because we're not all out shopping every week, and I feel like we're on the same page, the same wavelength here. It's fun to watch the people review things, and if they can do that, by all means, that's awesome. I enjoy their reviews as well, but I also can't bring you things like I would like to do, and I'm trying to just, it's okay. It really is okay. So anyways, that's a little tangent about why you're not seeing a million new things here on my channel. And I just feel like I was using makeup to fill other voids in my life, and that's another realization that I've come to. And so I've slowed down my spending because those voids are being filled with other things. Like I was just like, buy makeup, buy makeup, buy makeup. It's gonna make me happy. Well, clearly it didn't because I mean, this happened. So this is an Underdog blush that I absolutely love, and it was on my wish list, and I did end up buying it, the Laura Mercier Spiced Cider. You know what? I don't think I bought this. I think I got this in a swap from my friend Lisa. Swaps, what happened to those? Okay, I've done like 4 swaps. Those were so much fun. That's like old school YouTube, right? This is a beautiful fall shade, or just a warm terracotta. It's beautiful, and it lasts all day on me. So I love these Laura Mercier blushes. The next thing I have on here is the Kevyn Aucoin Skin Enhancer. I think that's a foundation. I never bought it. I never even got a sample. However, I do have a Kevyn Aucoin counter, so I could get a sample of that, but I'm not really interested now. Hourglass Luminous Light. Oh my gosh, I love this. I wore this yesterday as my highlighter. I love these powders. I love all of the ambient lighting powders because the formula is not powdery. It doesn't add layers of product to your face. If you suffer with texture or imperfections or anything like that, these do not enhance that. And that's why I love them, because I suffer with texture and just all kinds of skin things. You know, like it's a work in progress, but honestly, it's like what I'm eating, my stress level, hormones, some things out of my control, and sometimes my skin looks awesome and other days, not so much. So on those days, and I want to wear makeup, I reach for these. I mean, this Luminous Light gives such a beautiful glow to the face. Just really subtle, but not even subtle, because like out in the sunlight, you know, like today I don't even have highlighter on today. This is just a Becca blush, but see, when you do things like if you wear a blush that's already glowy, you don't necessarily need a highlighter, but if you want to do a highlighter, and you don't want it to be overkill, this is stunning. I love those powders. Becca Ombre Nudes. I never ended up buying that one because they came out with the Becca Ombre Rouge palette, which is just slightly more mauve in tone. The Nudes was just everyday neutral colors, which I do wear. I don't love these eyeshadows. They're okay. They're okay. I don't hate them, because if I really disliked it, I would have returned it. I'm not one to keep something that doesn't perform. I'd much rather return it and get something else for my money. I like these colors. They're perfect for what the tones I like to wear. But I don't find that the formula is as good as some other mattes that I've now tried. And that's part of the journey too in trying different makeup items and stuff, is you find out what formulas you prefer over others, and sometimes it honestly comes down to your hand, your ability, and your skin. You know, sometimes your skin just doesn't allow you to like what you want to like because it doesn't work. You know, it doesn't work, and so it's finding what works for you, and this is okay, not mind-blowing. Next, we have the YSL Sheer Candy, and I know why I put these on here, because Jaclyn Hill was raving about how much she loves them, but then I went in the store and I swatched them, and they literally were so sheer that it was like clear. Like every single one I swatched, there was like no pigment, and I knew once I put it on my already very red natural lips that it would just be like clear gloss, and I was not going to spend, what, $30-some on that, so no, I didn't buy those. NARS eyeshadow duos, I have Isolde, Kauai, and Koala Lumpur as the ones that I was wanting, and I did end up getting 2 of those. I love Isolde. I recently used this in a look. A beautiful shimmering gold color and like a burnished copper. Great if you have blue eyes. Any eye color really, but really pretty on blue eyes. I love these warm golden colors, and they just pair well. I mean, you put a matte in your crease, and then you just put the lighter on the lid and then put the darker on the outer, and you're done. Like, simple. It doesn't have to be complex. But if you're looking for something fun and you're really into like these, oh, this one's gorgeous. This color right here is so yummy. Now, at one point, this came out in a limited edition collection, and they made it permanent. So sometimes it's okay to hold out on something because it will come back. I find that, you know, if the demand's really high, you know, they seem to make it permanent, or if it fits like their permanent line or something. So that color is gorgeous, this top one. This purple one isn't as purple as I'd like it to be, but purple's really, it's a really tricky color to nail because it always, like, some of them blend out to like a black base and the purple just kind of like disappears. I still want this. I never ended up buying it. It's the NARS single eyeshadow in the shade Strata. It's like a, it's my jam. It's like that frosted lavender lilac color, but it's very cool undertoned, and I still want that. The Caudalie Divine Oil. Yes, I do enjoy this. Mine is almost gone. I use this at nighttime. This is a good detox oil. It's good for your skin. It's all plant-based. It feels really lovely on. It's not a heavy oil. Oh, I love how it smells. It just smells like earth and nature, and I love all things that smell like that. But if you're looking for a good oil at nighttime, I would recommend this. Absolute favorite though, however, if you're looking to really get a good one, the Sunday Riley Juno oil is my favorite. NARS Dual Intensity Eyeshadow Palette, that was a limited edition thing. Maybe they made it permanent, but I have one single, and it's in the shade Himalaya. I like this color. I don't love this formula. It's not intense enough for me. And I don't know if it's just like the translation from the palette to your eyes with a brush, I feel like it gets lost. Now, if you take your finger and do it, it's like better. So for me, it's frustrating because I don't like applying eyeshadow with my fingers. So I don't love these. And the last thing is this, and I did end up buying this and I do not regret it. This is in my top 3 highlighters ever. The Laura Mercier Matte Baked Radiance. It's not matte. It's a beautiful, beautiful highlighter. Doesn't emphasize texture. There are different tones, so if this is too light for you, they have other undertoned ones, darker ones. This is stunning. If you have really fair skin, you need to check this out. I have light skin, but I don't like a highlighter that's going to darken my cheekbone area. You know, I used to just kind of do whatever, and I've kind of learned, and my style has changed, and I love this. This is just stunning, stunning. So this was fun. I really enjoyed this. Let me know down below if you liked this type of video, because I have like at least six other wish list videos that we can go back and just kind of chit chat about. And I find these kind of videos fun. It's fun for me to go back and see how my tastes have changed, what I actually bought off my wish list, what I maybe substituted in its place. And you're getting little reviews about these things, especially when we're talking going back a few years now. You know, because I have more experience with makeup and kind of learning what what actually stays on and, you know, what's worth the investment, that kind of thing. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for all of your support as always. And take some time today to say something kind to somebody or tell someone that you're grateful for, that you are grateful for them. Voice it to them. You'd just be amazed how amazing that will brighten your day and theirs. So love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll chat soon.